last night we had our monthly meeting, men's forum, and we had a couple new guys who were there, very intelligent guys who have been just looking for the answer. You know, they've gone to different churches. They couldn't find the answer. They've been through relationships, and some are in relationships now and catching hell. And they came in our monthly meetings. You know, the men just sit around and open up and talk about exactly what they're going through. Then we show them how to overcome it. And there was one guy, a brand new guy, who got up, and I've heard this before over the last 26 years, so it's not new for me. It's just that it was a new guy there, you know, this particular new guy. There were several of them last night. And he got up and talked about his life, and he talked about how he's insecure when people look at him. He worried about what people think about him. He's always trying to be nice to people. He go out of his way to be nice because he wants them to like him. And he's ended up being used. He talked about how he's insecure about his body because he used to be fat. When he was growing up, he was a fat kid. And the fact that people would tease him about it. I think he said his mother said something about it or somebody. And he talked about his relationship with women, just all kinds of things. And at the end, I said to him, you know, the other guys gave us some feedback. And finally, I said to him, you are a woman. You have become a woman. Because everything that he said about himself is everything that I hear women say about themselves. And the way he thinks and the way he feels and his emotions, all is just totally like a woman. And then we got into his father-mother relationship and found out that his mother, he's totally identified with his mother and not with his father because his father caved in. Didn't deal with his mother, didn't deal with the family. So he said that he's weak like his father, but he realized he was totally his mother. He was surprised to hear me say, you become a woman. It shocked him. And he talked about how he is emotional just like his mother. He has taken on her identity. You become like what you hate. And this young man is, I think he said he was 26 or so, 27, 26, I believe. But just like his mother, angry, emotional, insecure, worried about those physical things that men can care less about. And then I explained to him that the reason his father bailed out because his father hated his mother. The father hated the mother. And he said that was more painful than me telling him that he was a woman. To think that his father hated his mother and the mother hated the father. I told him that your father hates your mother and your mother hates your father. And that put him in like a sad mood because he didn't want to admit to himself that his parents hated one another. And he said, well, they do date, you know, they do date night things and all that kind of stuff. But he looked back on the relationship and he said that there were times when he does remember coming home or waking up in the morning, his father sleeping on the couch and stuff like that. But he did not want to admit that they hated one another. He said his father and mothers are doing dating things. And if they're doing dating things, that's the first clue that the mother's in charge. Because ain't no way in hell a man gonna want to do dating things with his wife. That doesn't even occur to a man. What do you mean dating thing? I live with you. I'm married to you. I don't need to date you. The dating part is over. But women are pushing that let's do a date night. And weak men fall for it. They're not being men. There was another guy there that's talked about, he grew up in L.A. here, and it was just all liberal all the time, and whenever a man tried to speak up or do anything, he was hated, talked about, and he just wanted to become a conservative. He just wanted to get where and that he did not. He had given up on God and all that. And he too had a bad relationship with his father, close to his mother, but not his father. And so he got to a point where he just did not believe in God anymore. He just gave up on God. And then as this other guy did, this guy found us on YouTube as well. And he saw an interview I had done with someone else on thefallenstate.tv. And he started listening to what I was saying. He's like, wow, this made so much sense, finally. So he came to church on Sunday, and he said that he heard me say that God is love. And when I said that God is love, the lights came on for him, or the light came on for him, and it changed his whole heart. He was like, wow, that's who God is. God is love. And it turned the light on for him. Now he's reading The Antidote, Healing America from the Poison of Hate, Blame, and Victimhood, and it just blowing his mind. He can relate to so many things. He's on chapter 7, and he got the book this past Sunday while he was at our Sunday morning service. And so this is we are hearing from men and women around the world, folks, about forgiveness, about these bad relationships that they're having with their parents. And they had never thought to really look at that, or were afraid to look at it. One guy that was there, he heard, found us on YouTube as well. He went and apologized to his father and mother for hating them. And he said while talking to her, his mother, he didn't realize the deep-seated hatred he had for her until he was confessing it to her. And now he said the light came on for him, and now he just sees everything differently. You must forgive. Before you enter into the kingdom of heaven, you must forgive. One of the new guys that were there last night was very, very intellectual. I mean, he is so intellectual that you hardly know what he's talking about. And at the very end of the meeting, when we were leaving, he was shaking my hand and he said to me, all until tonight, I thought that I needed to become really intellectual so I can make my life become simple, so that I can live a simple life. And I now realize that I'll make my life so complicated by becoming intellectual that I can hardly live the life, period. And I realize tonight life is simple. Go back to simplicity and just live that way instead of your intellect. I think you're 100% right, man. The intellect is a tool of the devil if you're getting your knowledge and information from the world. It will destroy you. There's another knowledge or intellect that is of God, that is within us, and that's the one we need to live from.